Hello everybody and welcome back to Alma. So whilst our worker is currently trying to get that field ploughed, we are going to gather up these bales and we're also going to look at making some silage this episode. So we're having quite a big silage making episode because I know in Saxlingham we've just done 2 episodes of cutting grass, and here we're going to go and do the same. So obviously these are alfalfa hay bales which turn into just hay bales, and what I thought was we have a lot of grassland all around the yard that we could possibly look at going and putting into silage, and then in the next month or 2 it means that we will be able to make some TMR, and it's a good excuse, like I say, to let the ploughman crack on because he won't even be halfway, I don't think. So anyways, we're going to get this done. We've returned the forage wagon, so the dealership has very kindly given us a full refund for that, considering it never even left their parking lot. So, a slight mishap, forgetting that we'd just bought a bale spike and we need the front loader to pick it up. So we turn around to go get that. Right, I think the straw is full. We had put some stuff in already. I just thought we'd finish it off a little bit more, and I don't want to put too much hay in because once we've got this silage, then we've got enough to make our TMR. So right, we'll just go park this up and we'll find our... No, we won't. We'll go spread some more out. That seems like a better idea. So let's pull this up here and turn off, and we can jump into here because this will need liming. I'm just trying to debate whether we plough this field here, because we've got all winter to get this field ploughed, our alfalfa field. Because if we look on here, everything, well, from the look of this, every field in the game needs doing. I also want to have a look. I want to buy field 32, which that's 125. I think if we take a loan out, I can then go and buy that now. We can get the crop off, so it gives us a bit more, which it is, was it wheat, I think? Yeah, wheat. So we can get a bit more wheat, because I am half toying of not selling any wheat this year and just solely relying on our maize, because I would like to buy the, what's it called, the dryer, which that's 100,000, so it's 120. So I reckon if I got a £300,000 loan, that should be able to cover everything I would like for this year, and then with the dried corn, that then should cover the price of everything. So then we would hopefully be back to sort of square one, and our finances would be unreal. Well, that's the plan, anyways. But as a friend always once said to me, if you want to make God laugh, make a plan, which always seems to be the case. But right, we'll get this limed. It won't take too long to do this, and then we'll have a look at where we are. Well, that's definitely what we're going to do. We're also going to do some yard improvements. So we're going to get a loan out. It's going to be 300,000, which means then that we can buy the wheat field. Because what I am very conscious of is we need this worker to be done ploughing in there. Because if we do sell our wheat, we need to make sure that we at least put some barley in there for our chickens. Because I don't know how hungry those chickens are going to be. So we need to make sure we do that. We also want to do some yard improvements, because going backwards and forwards to the shop, it just takes a very, very long time. So if we go on to construction, and let's go to silos, will it be? No, not containers. Do we have, so what, this holds lime, and we can just buy it to fill these up. What about this one? Do they just get bigger? No. Let's have a look. Ooh, lime station. 26. Okay, they're a lot cheaper. £26,000 for that. And we've still got to buy the lime to put in it. No, thank you. Right, let's go for one of these. So we want to go, if we go for that one, I would have said. And where is the best place to look at putting this so it's out of the way? Because wherever we do put it wants to be where we'll be driving past. So do we put a track going down this side? Oh, hello. Look, it's making lines in the grass. Do we put a track going down there, or do we start building up over here? So if we put, I think this may be the better option, because then it leaves that centre there for any sheds we want to build out like that. So let's just try and get this somewhat square. So let's put that. Okay, let's put that there. So that now gives us lime. And if we go on to painting, what would we want? We'd want concrete. Yeah, I think that'll do. So now let's do a concrete line. If I'd thought about this properly, I should have cut the grass before putting this in. But hey ho, it's one of those things, isn't it? And then we can concrete down to it like that. And then if we do need to bring it out further, we can do. Let's just try to keep this as square as possible. That's a fair chunk of grass that I'm taking out there. Should really have cut this first. Right, let's go like that. And down, take all that out. And then let's take so much out here, because we'll have to turn around. Whether that gives us a turning round bit, I don't know. But we'll also do fertiliser and all that sort of thing here. So let's hop out of here and let's run, and we can fill this up with lime, because I know that that maize field, cornfield, is going to take a lot of lime. So we can get seeds, mineral feed, solid fertiliser and lime. We'll have to see about what our direct drill does, whether that's solid fertiliser or not. But anyways, that is now full of lime. So we've got 27,000 litres plus what's in there. So once this field is cut, we can get straight on into it. And that does lead me to, let's go for our loan. So I think 300,000. So take loan. Oh, 3.5%. That's not very good. 300,000. We'll pay this over 2 years, maybe. Let's go 3 years. Ooh. We'll go 3 years. Take the loan. Now we've done that, I want to get a disc harrow, which we are going to go for 10 metres, 10.5. The Pottinger, I think. Oh no, what's this one? 6.3, 8.2, 10. Right, definitely. We're going for the Pottinger, so we're going to hire purchase that and look at, if we go 40% down over 2 years, so let's purchase that, because now we can level our fields out, and we want to go and purchase field 32. So let's buy that, and then we will go through onto precision farming. We will purchase the soil information. So as you can see, it's predominantly loam, which is why it gives us 116. That's the best. That's the best yield potential, because even field 1 up here, that's 108, and that's got a big portion of loam going through the middle. So if we flick through, oh, there's our case. So we will take this off. We will jump onto our mowers, and then we can get all this grass mowed. Because if you look at farmland, you can see we've got all the grass here. Well, we've got the grass here. We've got the grass here, and all the grass down there. So there's amples to go at to make sure that we can get as much silage as possible. So if we really wanted to, we could go round the edges of all fields, because I reckon we'll get a breed, at least one breed's worth, even on our boundaries, which will give us another windrow. I did get slightly worried there, I'll have to admit, with when we did that first pass there, where it just deleted the grass pretty much and didn't give us anything. So I'm glad that this has given us something to go at. Our worker, has he finished, or? No, he's still going. So it looks like he is on the headland over there, so it won't be long until he can then move to our alfalfa field, which we will plant back with alfalfa as soon as it's done. But it just makes sense, because obviously we'll be losing yield because of it not being ploughed. But yes, the likes of this field here, we could have gone round the outside maybe. We could have gone down in between our wheat field and grass. So if I just show you on here, so we could go all down here and down there, but I think, personally, I think we're clutching at straws a bit then, because we've got plenty of what we need now. So we'll park this up and we'll go grab the baler. It'll be interesting, that grass over there looks the same as what this is, which, I don't know, did the map maker do that deliberately, so that you couldn't just go cut all the grass everywhere? And something else that I also want to check out, because I haven't looked yet, is there is a slurry pit for the cows. Do you start with a load of slurry or not? Because if we do, then obviously slurry tankers will be the best thing, because I'm hoping slurry and manure build up a big stockpile of that, and then we should save a fortune on fertiliser. So we've got a grand total of 1,600 litres. So that is not worth in the slightest going for. Right, this I think will be set to 180, so we want to put this to 150 centimetre bales. because then we can get them wrapped. I'm sure if we did 180 bales, they would do it straight as grass, I would think. I've never actually tried that, to be fair. We've got hay we've got hay in the baler, but it's that's turned straight away to grass. But yeah, so we'll whiz round this, get this all baled, and then we may look at making a start at combining. I would like just to check that worker over there. And this carrow, did we... Why is this here? I'm probably going to do lolly here. Cedars planters, yeah I did, yeah. So why is that? That must be a 180 baler, is it? Why is it not dropping off? Current drop mode manual, automatic, there we go. Right, so after these bales, these should be wrapped. Well, there's loads more bales there than what I expected. That is for certain, especially considering this bit of grass that we've done. There's nothing special about it. There's no fertiliser on it, no nothing. So to get that has been rather amazing. We should also go check on our worker. Last I looked, he was still ploughing on. But it's one of the jobs that I'm glad that I wasn't doing because it's taken so much time. So let's leave that there and tab. So I would say he's got one more headland to do once he's gone round this pass, which in time, depending on how this periodic ploughing works, I've never dealt with it, there is, if we go ploughs, so we have this one, which is 6 metres, but then we've got this one, which is 10.2. So depending on how we get on, we may buy that at some point, which that's 550. So I don't think, if we have a look at this, 420, yes. So our 8R won't be able to pull it, which is slightly annoying, but that just is what it is. And whilst I'm in this, I'm going to go pick that grass bale up, because that can go straight to the sheep. Because with sheep, obviously, it doesn't matter if it's grass or hay, they still get the same feed value. And with that being a 180, that's what makes the perfect... Whoa, that's heavy. We're going to have to be really careful here. We also need to buy, because I just had a quick look, our seeder, our drill, it's a direct drill, but it only does seed. So because we have the John Deere, we're going to have to buy the sprayer attachment for that, which I'm hoping isn't too much money. So let's just drop that into there and we can have a look. So if we go here, no, we're going to have to go into here, sprayers, combination, So that's 36.5 metres. If we put all... Ooh, that's that's suddenly got very, very expensive, but I think it's what we're going to have to do. So if we hire purchase, let's go to about 50,000. Let's purchase that, and then we now know that we have it. So that is our fertiliser. Okay. You'll notice that we are getting a load of, what do you call them, achievements, which we would have got originally from our Oakbridge Farm series, but with this being, obviously I've restarted, it's a completely new save game, new game download, all that sort of thing. That's why we're starting to get all these achievements already. Right, we'll drop this off, and then we will go get the bale loader, and we can load all these up, and then in the next month or two, we then should be able to make some TMR. And we will have to stay in August still, which I'm very conscious that we are spending a lot of time in August. But we are going to have to stay in August because I would like to get that field of wheat off, unless calendar. So wheat. Yes, we're going to have to stay in this month, otherwise we won't get the wheat off at all. It will wither. So we need to get that field done, and I'm planning and hoping that if the wheat field over there, which our workers currently ploughing, that is going to go into barley, so we've got food for our chickens, and then the wheat field we have down at the bottom that we've just bought, that's going to go into soybeans, and then this cornfield, that's going to go back into corn, because you can do two, well, at least over in the UK, I'm sure of it, you can do at least two maize crops year after year. Then after that, I'm hoping that we may have bought another field or another big field, and then that can be our maize field, and we can change that one. But I think having the soybeans to sell later on in the year, so obviously we'll be able to sell all our wheat in December, January. If we had soybeans, it just gives you that sort of bumper price in, is it June or July? It just gives you another bit of extra income. And if we do find ourselves short of money, we will, if we do find ourselves short of money, we have the sheep and the cows. So I don't mind selling a bit of wool, selling some milk, just to cover all our debts, because I know with our loan, the payments on that's quite big, and especially everything that we've bought as hire purchase. So we have a lot of money going out. And I would like to, in this series, I don't want to be doing too many contracts, because I know we're doing a lot of contracts in Saxony, and I don't want to do sort of something that can be something similar. I would like to try do this one slightly differently. Right, let's get all these gathered up. I've done that too quick. Strange how those bales have bulged out, unlike all the others. Right, where are we going to leave this now? Because we want the mixing wagon to be readily available. We want the combine to be available, because that is the next episode's job. So I reckon let's just pull this around the back, and we can leave this here. We will also have a lot of bales to collect, because we will bale that other field, because it seems silly to leave straw available, but we don't have to bale that. We don't have to bale that straight away, which is handy. Now, where did I leave our big trailer? Because that is what we will need to put onto here. Interesting. The silage clamp, I think, is where we may have left that. Yes. So I'll go put this on, and then I'll probably, shall we go and buy? We're going to go buy the dryer, because if we don't buy that now, I'll end up spending all our money and then forgetting about it. We just need to be careful that we don't Yeah, we just need to be careful money-wise, I know that. So let's leave that on there. Let's go, he's on his final pass. So let's go up to here and the dryer. So let's visit here. So we have close. So obviously the disc harrow is to go over the ploughing to make sure that it's a smooth, level surface, like a nice seed bed for us to drill into. Then obviously we've got the sprayer for when the crops are in. But right, let's go over to here. Buy, yes please. 100,000, yes please. So that leaves us with £52,000 left. And then I'm guessing we're going to have to buy... Let's just have a look here, because I don't quite know how this works. If we go to here, we need propane. Can we buy propane? Oh, we're gonna need a tank for that. We're gonna need another loan. Because here we have monthly costs. 6, 7, 8, 19. So let's say there's about 30,000 there. Loan. So we've got 40,000. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy. We're gonna have to take at least another 100,000 out. If not, we go and sell. Yeah. If not, we go sell our wheat as it comes off, and leave what's in the silo. Leave that for our chickens. But this is where it's going to be really, really tight until we get to. Because if we just quickly look onto here and find, so we've got corn. Where's dried corn? Is that going to be down here? Dried corn. So almost 2,000, almost £2,000 for that. And then if we go to corn up here, where we're looking there, so it adds an extra. It doesn't actually add that much more on, does it? It's about £400. Well, we should be in dollars, but if I swap that over, I'll have to keep swapping it for every series. So it's about £400, but the low of 696, and dried corn, the low is, yeah, so it's about, it raises it by 400,000, but that's quite a big cornfield, so I'm hoping that's going to eradicate all our debts, or at least that is my plan. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.